It is time to talk about Thanksgiving and prep and everything you need to get ready for tomorrow.
We ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Big day's coming, so we brought in 3 experts from America's Test Kitchen. Editor-in-Chief Dan Souza, Senior Editor Lon Lamb, and Associate Editor Erica Turner to give us recipes and tips for the big day, and they're really helpful.
Yes, and right now we're talking turkey. We're talking turkey. Okay, let's start with prepping the turkey ahead of time so that it's super flavorful. And Dan, I'm sorry, what is the difference? I know there's brining the turkey and you can salt the turkey. What do you need if you're going to brine your turkey?
So they're both fabulous ways to get moisture and seasoning inside the bird. So we recommend both of them. They're fabulous. Brining is really simple. You're going to start with 2 gallons of water here. You need a big container for this, and you're going to do a cup of salt.
A cup of salt.
Yeah. So that seems like a fair amount.
Okay.
But once
Is that all it is salt and water?
That's all it is.
And
so
just cold water, not warm.
Cold water. You want to keep this cold. So you'll see a lot of recipes that use herbs and spices, but they don't really penetrate into the bird. So save them for seasoning later. So you want to make sure that's fully dissolved, and then it's as simple as placing your turkey inside. This is a 12 to 14 pound bird. So just get right in there. Just basically give it a nice bath.
As you're doing this, you know what I noticed? A lot of people going, I've been doing it wrong all these years.
Totally. And it doesn't have to be complicated. So this goes in here, and this sits for 6 to 12 hours. And so that's one of the nice pros of this is it's pretty fast. So if you haven't done it yet, you have plenty of time to brine.
And the main thing is for flavor. Is there any other reason to do it?
What's the biggest benefit?
The biggest benefit is you get moisture inside. So the salt moves in and seasons it, and the water goes in and it holds on to that moisture. So that's a really big pro. The only con to brining is that you actually sog out the skin a little bit. So it's a little bit hard to get browning here.
Okay.
But that's brining.
Okay, so let's talk salting.
Yeah.
Sure. So Lon, tell us a little bit about that.
So with salting, you don't need the water, which is great. That skin is going to stay nice and dry. It'll brown and crisp beautifully. The only thing you need to remember is you got to get that salt directly on the skin. So you want to use the back of a wooden spoon or your hands. You just kind of wiggle your way under there. You're loosening the skin. And once you do, you just take your salt, rub it right in.
Okay. I'm going to let you do that. Do you guys have a favorite way? To brine or to salt?
It really depends on how much time I have. If I'm salting, it's going to take 24 to 48 hours. But it doesn't take up as much space in the fridge. This is a lot smaller than that.
Okay.
If you want best possible skin and if you want best possible juiciness.
Okay.
All right, Dan,
but both.
But once the turkey's ready to cook, the question is to stuff or not to stuff?
Yes. So this is a really important one. And so stuffing a turkey, it's kind of old-fashioned. It seems great. The beauty of it is you get lots of flavor from all the juices dripping into it. But there's 2 big problems. And one is that you just can't get that much inside of a bird. So you can't really feed everyone. But the bigger problem is that in order to get that stuffing safe to eat, you've got to cook it to about 165 degrees. To do that, you're going to overcook the turkey to get there. So it really ruins the bird. But Erica has a much better option for that.
I love this. And it's spatchcocking?
It's spatchcocking. That's absolutely great. So spatchcocking just means removing the backbone so that the turkey
lays it out flat.
Exactly. And a flatter turkey means it's going to cook in 2.5 hours flat. You'll have your turkey and stuffing done, and all of the turkey drippings are going to flavor our stuffing.
Okay.
And to make the stuffing, it's super simple. I have some water and a few eggs here, so I'm just going to whisk those together real quick.
Is the actual spatch, is it hard to get it to lay flat? Is that something that we can do at home, or do you have to ask a butcher to help you with that?
You can totally ask a butcher to help with you. I think it's great because they're the experts, but it's actually a lot easier. You just need a really good pair of kitchen shears.
Okay.
Cut out the backbone and then a little force, press it down.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like stress relieving too.
So you're using croutons. I saw you had eggs, and you said that you saute all of your ingredients.
Yes.
The typical stuffing ingredients that we love, like onions and celery.
Exactly. And I got some sage and some thyme in there as well. So I'm going to just add that all right in. Just like that.
So the turkey cooks, and how do you do the stuffing with it?
Yeah, so the stuffing is gonna go on the bottom of the roasting pan. So you just place it all. It's so wonderful because it literally all cooks together in one pan. And best of all, people can do this today. They can do the salting method that Lon just showed, and then they can just pop the stuffing, go ahead and make it, pop both in the fridge, and then tomorrow they're literally just laying the stuffing and the turkey right on top.
And you get a very flavorful stuffing, and it's
so
safe to eat.
Flavorful and safe to eat, yes.
And safe to eat, that's the key.
Safety first. All right, so I'm just gonna spray this down. I like to go liberal on it just to make sure nothing sticks. And then I will just add my stuffing. Don't worry, the stuffing looks dry right now, but remember the turkey.
All of the juices from the turkey.
All the drippings are going to come down and flavor.
Man, all these years of wrongness.
I know.
Getting it right.
Who knew?
That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
I love this idea, Erica. You're talking about just getting organized.
Yes.
And that can happen today.
It can totally happen today, and the Kanban board is a great place to start.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so it's just a Japanese organization system. You grab a few Post-it notes, you pop them on a board. I just grab a sheet of printer paper, put it on my fridge, and you basically have to do, doing, and done. And you don't have to worry about delegating tasks. Everybody could just go to the board, grab something from the to-do, get started doing it, and then move it to done. And then you as a host know what's done.
That's a nice idea.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like this too.
Yeah, so this is to avoid the mad dash of when food is hot and everybody's hungry.
Yep.
Go ahead, just label your platters and plates. That way, when you're plating everything, you know where
You're
everything
not like
goes.
under the counter grabbing out random bowls.
You've got it.
This is such a nice idea.
Exactly, exactly. Just a simple stress reliever.
All right, thank you.
One less
Thank
thing
you.
to think about.
Exactly.
You already got it ahead of time.
Exactly.
But something I do think about, the food, okay, the sides. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, they are a classic Thanksgiving dish, but they can be time consuming. And I know, Lon, you have a way to speed up the process.
I sure do. So traditionally, you're going to see your potatoes cut into chunks. They go into a pot of water. You bring them up. You cook them gently, and that's all great, but it takes forever. So instead, we're going to start with boiling water instead of cold water, and we'll have thinly sliced potatoes that are just going to go right in.
So no chunks?
No chunks, thinly sliced.
Okay.
They're
Do you
gonna-
use a mandolin or no? You can just cut it.
Whatever's easier for
Okay.
you.
A mandolin.
Oh yeah, I was
yeah.
just trying
Wow,
to
you
use
just-
still got mine.
She's already got all the lingual today.
I
Okay.
do have it.
So I'm going to let these come up to a boil, turn it down. I don't want to see big bubbles in those potatoes bouncing around. I just want to see tiny bubbles.
Okay.
Okay.
So a light boil.
Yes, it's going to take 15 minutes instead of 40, and then we're ready to mash.
15 minutes instead of 40?
Yeah.
And then you got to my favorite part. You talking about mashing. Let's mash these potatoes. What is the best mashing method?
Michael, it's going to depend on what you like. If you
Take
want
it
a
easy
kind
there,
of
big boy.
coarse, rustic style, you're going to use a hand masher.
I'm coarse and rustic.
Oh. If you're looking for something a little more refined, you're going to want to reach for a ricer or a food mill. And you really you get in there.
Just get
You really
in there.
can't do
There
it
we
wrong.
go.
You're the right man for the job, though.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know, this is great for anyone. If you may have a little animosity with the in-laws, this can get out some of the energy that you need to get out before they show up, and you can get some food on the table at the same time.
Yeah. That
Look
looks
at that.
perfect.
Was easy. That was quick.
I got to put you to work at my
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
call me over. I'll be there.
All right, so the mashies are done. Let's talk dessert. One of my favorites is pecan pie, and Dan, you've got a really great way to do it. It's like a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, and a lot easier. So the big challenge with pie is obviously rolling out that pie dough, keeping the butter fat cold and all that stuff. It's really hard. So we're gonna make these pecan bars instead. And if you want to get your hands in,
Sure,
a little bit
sure.
there. So this is actually the dough, which is crazy. We use melted butter, which is like, it's almost like Play-Doh. And instead of rolling and doing all that fussy stuff, you're literally pressing it in with your
Okay.
hands. You can use a measuring cup like this to get it nice and flat, but that is it. So you can patch it, really, really easy to do.
Okay.
Then the next step is the filling. So pecan pie has a ton of sugar and it's
It
really
can
rich.
be a little sweet. I love
Yes.
it, but some people don't.
So we're gonna go on the nuttier side of things. And so I have a pound of toasted pecans here, and I'm gonna fold that into, we have sugar, we have vanilla and salt, like all those good pecan bar flavor.
Yum.
And we're gonna take it like this, and then this simply just gets poured into our crust, pressed down, and then we bake it.
This is, I can use this?
Yep, you can use that and just kind of
And
spread that out.
that could not be easier.
It couldn't be
So
easier at all.
did the crust take long to make? I feel like I'm looking for like, what's the catch?
There's no catch. There's no catch. I feel like it's an infomercial. There's no catch here. So yeah, so you press it in, it comes together easily in a mixing bowl.
Okay.
We do this really great trick over here with a foil sling. So we use 2 pieces of foil that we put in this way and this way.
Okay.
And we spray them, so it makes it really easy. Check this out. And there's no tough unmolding of any kind. We're just gonna pick this up.
Come on.
Pop it over there.
And you are done.
No stick.
And now the most important part, Michael.
Yes. Now you got to try them. You got a
right.
little flake salt on top there.
And thank you. That is
Cheers, cheers,
fantastic.
cheers.
Cheers. Thank you guys. Thank you for amazing
Wow,
tips.
that's
These were really great. I love that. All right, to spatchcock or not to spatchcock? That is the question. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get these recipes and these tips on goodmorningamerica.com. And to get more last-minute tips, follow America's Test Kitchen. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for having us.
Well,
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.